Hey there, my friends, and welcome to the first episode of my new Ask Me Anything series. Today, I'm going to be talking about the shamanic concept of soul loss, power loss, what it is, how it happens, what the symptoms are, how you can reclaim your power and energy so that you can live thriving, vibrant lives. Let's go ahead and dive in. Welcome back, guys. If you're new here, my name is Carrie Konyha. I'm a professional psychic reader, shamanic therapist, shamanic energy healing practitioner, and instructor in Sedona, Arizona. The idea of soul loss came up earlier today as I was in a therapeutic shamanic session with a client. So I thought I would chime in here and talk a little bit about this because many people suffer from soul loss and don't realize it, don't know about it, but actually addressing your healing journey on this level can bring tremendously amazing and deeply lasting results. It's a huge passion of mine to work with people who have trauma using shamanic practices because shamanic modalities, practices is ultimately what enabled me to have deep and lasting results in my own healing journey through my own traumas. So here we are. The concept of soul loss or power loss is a term that is used a lot within shamanic circles to describe the effects, basically, of unhealed, unintegrated trauma. So soul loss, power loss can happen anytime we have any type of experience that exceeds our nervous system's capacity to process it. So any type of trauma is essentially what can lead to soul loss and power loss. Trauma can range from illness, physical injury, intense emotional disturbances. Of course, any type of physical, mental, emotional, psychological abuse, neglect, abandonment, huge life changes or losses, such as grieving divorce, death, any type of distressing situation that is too much for our nervous system to process can lead to soul loss or power loss. We can be relatively certain that we are in a situation where we're experiencing soul loss or power loss anytime we find ourselves in a state of shock or frozen state due to some type of traumatic experience. What happens in these moments is that we're experiencing some type of traumatic situation that's too much for us to handle. We just sort of fragment it off for the sake of being able to manage the intensity of whatever's happening in the moment. And that's where the power loss happens. That's where the soul loss happens. This can be likened to the psychological concept of disassociation or dissociative disorder, but really it's way more than that. It's not simply our mind disassociating. When we have intense traumas that result in soul loss, it is literally like a fragmentation of a deep part of our wholeness gets fragmented off and lost in the ethers, so to speak. And until we can work with some type of healing tool or modality to process and integrate that trauma, then that part of us that fragmented off during the moment of when the trauma was originally happening stays fragmented off. So it's really important to work with healing and integrating on these levels in order to shift out of the symptoms that it brings. And so here I'm going to talk about some of the main symptoms of power loss or soul loss. The symptoms of soul loss and power loss can span to encompass a full range of dynamics, ranging from depression, lethargy, emotional numbness, memory loss, any form of addiction is definitely a symptom of power loss. Like we're self-medicating, we're self-soothing to try to comfort or fill what is a void within us. Spaciness, flightiness, not feeling grounded, not feeling present, feeling lost in your life, not having a sense of direction, losing your sense of ambition in life, loss of self-esteem, feeling stuck in patterns of negative thinking and feeling, self-harming, having fits of anger, rage, and ultimately physical illnesses. Shamanically speaking, all illness has roots in power loss. Reclaiming your power, your soul energy is critically essential for anybody who's on a path of spiritual awakening, healing, empowerment, because we can only heal, we can only experience empowerment to the extent that we are whole and integrated within ourselves. The more of us that we are embodying within ourselves, the more we're going to be able to heal and experience a life that feels empowered, thriving, and vibrant. So how do we do that? This is where shamanic practitioners like me come in. But here I want to say that ultimately the shaman is you. You are your own best healer. So any type of healing practitioner that you might work with really is only serving to hold space or to serve as a catalyst to support you in your own healing journey, utilizing various tools, methods. Shamanic practitioners like me work with clients utilizing a variety of modalities and practices that are specifically meant to support a reclaiming or a return and integration of these soul pieces, so to speak, that have become fragmented off. One of them literally is called a shamanic soul retrieval journey, which is a type of shamanic journey that is meant for that. But there's other things that can be integrated as well, working with deep intensive breath work, incorporating live sound healing instruments that are specifically meant to help reharmonize a dysregulated nervous system is super helpful as well. For anybody that suspects that they may be suffering from power loss, soul loss, I would recommend that you seek the support, the insight, the guidance of a reputable shamanic practitioner. Maybe have a shamanic soul retrieval journey, get some breath work done, have some sound healing sessions. But there's a lot of things that you can do on your own to continue to integrate once that door has been open to reclaiming that return of parts of your energy that has been fragmented off. There's things that you can do to continue to support that integration. Movement, yoga, dance, movement practices that serve to unite mind, body, spirit, serve to reharmonize and regulate the nervous system, and keep your presence anchored in the now moment are just a few things that you can do to continue that process of healing and integration. One of my favorite practices, besides the shamanic soul retrieval journeys that I guide people on, is called recapitulation. Shamanic recapitulation, the root word means to recapture. You're literally recapturing your power and energy. So this includes energy that has been taken from you through other people, situations, energy that you've unintentionally given away throughout your life. And it's also about releasing energy that you've taken on from other people or situations in your life, or that has been projected onto you. So anyway, I do have a video that I'm going to link right here that you can look at to get an idea of how to begin the shamanic recapitulation practice yourself. You can start today. Shamanic recapitulation is essentially a lifelong practice that we do. I explain it in the video, so I'm not going to talk a lot about it here, but I do hope that for the sake of your own well-being, that you will consider exploring the idea of shamanic soul retrieval. Doing shamanic soul retrieval work is a game changer. It is a life changer. Taking the step to invest a little bit of time and energy in doing shamanic soul retrieval work ultimately is going to bring you into that mind, body, spirit connection, alignment, flow state that enables you to thrive in creating and living your most fulfilled, most aware, happiest version of life. The nature of the shamanic soul retrieval work that I do is something that can be done remotely through video chat from anywhere in the world. Of course, I love seeing clients in person, but if you can't make it to Sedona, you don't want to do it through video chat, then I definitely encourage you to find a reputable shamanic practitioner in your area to work with. I promise you won't regret. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. And hey, if you have questions for me for this new Ask Me Anything series, just put them in the comments below and I'm happy to address them in a future episode. All my love, blessings, namaste, and I will see you right around the corner in the next video.